Okay, we're at the top of the hour here on Friday, the 15th of May, 2020. Welcome to our daily Shreem Brzee chanting that we have been participating in a global community, raising the consciousness of the planet from scarcity and poverty and loss and fear, anxiety around that, to wealth consciousness, peace, joy, happiness, heaven on earth. So my name is Sucharita, for those of you who don't know me, and wishing you all a very warm welcome. It is day 41, and we have been chanting since April 5th. As per Dr. Ply, we'll continue on to chant until the end of May. So May 31st will be our last day together. And we have been taking huge strides in elevating ourselves or lifting ourselves out of the funk and the dilemma and the uncertainty that we are faced with that is causing fear, anxiety, and so on. And this coronavirus is not only creating concerns around health and well-being, it's creating concerns around our finances and what are we going to do when we get back to our regular activities of daily living? What is going to be the new normal? And that is very stressful for people in general. During good times, people resist change. And here we are. We are going to be chanting this beautiful mantra that will protect our mind from being bombarded by all this negative congested energy that is surrounding us by thought forms of the people around us, or perhaps in our neighborhood, our communities, and so on, in the world at large. Social media, television, and so on is really confusing, and then we don't know what to believe. So this is a perfect time for us to do something where we are going to be helping to elevate our own consciousness by this spiritual practice. Shreem gives us direction. It gives us a goal. So if we don't know what's going to be happening in the world, at least we know that if we're going to chant Shreem Brzee, it is going to break through barriers of consciousness that have caused us to have blocks in our progress, both materially and spiritually. So today is a Friday. It's ruled by the planet Venus, and the overlord is the goddess Shreem Brzee. So she's readily available to help to pump in thoughts of comfort and joy and bringing in whatever it is that we need. And then also helping us to think about our finances, think about perhaps creating some opportunity for us to jump into, especially for people who have lost their jobs or need to get a second job because they've been set back financially. So the divine is always willing to help us, and God helps those who help themselves. I remember my mom saying that all the time, and I was like, oh yeah, but he's not helping us. We need it now. And this is what it is that you have to align with that consciousness inside of you and not be fearful and not be in scarcity consciousness. And how do we do that? How do we change the self-talk? Is with the sound Brzee. Brzee will birth that energy that will diffuse those negative, fearful thoughts or scarcity thoughts, poverty consciousness, and so on. So we won't be bombarded by that. We won't have an urge to think those thoughts. And even if we do, we'll go, anyways, just go away. So 9th waning moon is also the power time that is available today. And what that represents is the energy of the god of death. Uh-oh, that's kind of scary. We've all heard of the term pranayama. So the god of death is called Yama. When we're no longer breathing, we're dead, pretty much. So we want to get into a subtler breath, though. What is that which animates our body is the soul. So that's the prana, that's the life force. That is the Holy Spirit. That is the goddess, Shreem Brzee. So we want to wake up that intelligence inside of us. So this 9th waning moon is going to support that. We won't even know if we're breathing or not. Or if we are breathing, we may not be breathing so many times as we do regularly throughout the day, or even more when we're anxious. People say, well, when I'm anxious, I hold my breath. Not really. You'll only notice that you're holding your breath when you're holding your breath. However, if you viewed yourself throughout the day or observed yourself throughout the day, you would be breathing very shallow. You'd be trying to get air in. So, and that's what causes the body to be in stress as well. So Shreem is going to give us direction. It's going to help us to go internally and connect with that kingdom or that queendom within, and we're going to own it. We're going to see lights. We're going to feel happiness and joy. We're going to be even excited when the yucky stuff comes up, because we will know that the goddess is cleaning us up. And then as it comes up to the surface of our minds, we will be able to diffuse it by dispersing light that we will put into the various body parts throughout the chanting practice. And then we're going to disperse that light in all directions, as well as above and below. So it's going to burst through, for example, the third eye. The light will just burst. And what is the light? It's the intelligence of Shreem Brzee. And what is the sound of the vibration is what we are going to be chanting. Now, some people may not be able to chant along because it might be at a pretty quick clip. And you can chant as often as you'd like. You can listen. You can chant internally or silently. You can be meditating on the chanting as we are going through it. You'll hear my voice. You won't hear anyone else because we're on live streaming. However, what people have shared with us during the discussions over the past several weeks together is that they hear different sounds that are coming through, like tinkling of bells, or they hear angelic music or harps or chimes. Now, how is that possible? It can be that we've gone to a different dimension. So as we're bursting that light, it's going to expand in beyond the third dimension, which is us here on the earth plane. And because we are multidimensional beings, we have emotional bodies, we have physical bodies, we have mental bodies or intellectual bodies, we have space bodies, we have astral bodies. There are so many layers to our being that we can be accessing through the chanting. So the chanting of Shreem Brzee is going to unlock the secrets of how we can manifest from different dimensions. So send that light out. You may not even know where it's going, but imagine it going beyond the fourth, the fifth, the sixth, the seventh, infinite dimensions. And you're just in the presence of it, and you're shifting into that dimension. You don't even know which one it is, but there's a shift that occurs. And then when you hear it or you're prompted by it, then you'll pay attention. Now, some people pass out, they fall asleep, they're so exhausted. That's fine. You're still going to get the benefit, because coming into this space, creating the energy or the intention that we're setting is to pray for everyone here, and then also to collectively pray for the whole world to come out of scarcity consciousness, poverty consciousness, and then invite the divine in. The divine is there. The divine always needs an invitation. So we truly, truly are shifting. We don't know exactly how, because we'll only know when we can look back. And then when we're looking back, even to the past 40 days or so since we started, who were you back then? And look at how fast time has flown by. Have you shifted? Have you changed? Have you delved in to different realms? Have you even tried? Are you noticing that you're so negative? And as Dr. Ply shared during a Facebook session today, a message that came across so loud and clear is that we're not going to shift if you keep being so negative. So this is the whole idea of chanting, is it's going to crush those negative thoughts. It's going to protect our mind so that we can focus on building what it is that we want to build. And then say to yourself, set your intention right now. or even write it down, or have your smartphone with your vision board, or have your vision board available if it's nearby, and look at what it is that you want to manifest. So see the image and then say, that house is mine. I have $1 million in my bank account, and this is what I'm doing with it. This is how I feel about it. And then let it go. So we're going to have that in mind, where we are creating versus what's wrong with us. How come this happened to me? And it's not that we're belittling it or we're not paying attention to it. It did happen, and abuse happens, and terrible things happen to all of us. However, it's not who we are now. So if we want to continue to be that way, then we're going to block our own manifestation. So it's a very, very important time right now, because we have this 9th waning moon god to say, okay, I just want to die off to my whole history that was full of abuse, that was full of anger, was full of frustration, that was full of just terrible relationships, jobs coming and going. I don't even know who I am anymore. No one does. We are all on the same page. It's very uncertain times right now. We may have a job today. Well, what will happen tomorrow? What will happen next week? So everybody is in the same boat. We're all, and this is a global pandemic and financial issue for everyone across the cultures. And we can't even open up the churches or the temples or the mosques or anything to connect with God. So we're so blessed. So when we think of how blessed we are, how grateful we are, how full of greatness we are at the level of the soul in this community, and Dr. Pillai pumping in the intelligence, hey, go fill yourself up with stuff that is going to be helpful for you, versus all your complaining and all your grief and all your anxiety. So you can play in that realm, or you can say, you know what, I'm dying off to it. The god of death is there. He's got to do something. He can't kill me. I'm not done yet. So I can give him everything that is no longer serving me. So with that, you don't even have to think about what you want to drop off, because it's going to come. It's going to come to the surface of your mind, and it's going to bombard your brain, and it's going to be such a strong thought, an emotion, a storyline, a memory. Somebody's name will always be in your head who you had problems with, or continue to have problems or challenges with. And you're going to take the Shreem Brzee and redirect it and just say, I'm going to diffuse you. You're going to be away from me. You're going to go with the god of death. You need to go and die off to my conscious mind. It's not that the person's going to die off, or the situation or the memory. That attachment to it, the energy that you put towards it, is going to die off, to be recycled. And then maybe send them love, unconditional love, forgiveness. Maybe ask forgiveness in your momentary flash of whatever is blocking you. So we don't want to just chant this mantra and hope it all works out. Or what is happening with this? I'm new to mantras. We're new to mantras every time we practice them, because we don't know where we're going to go. So every practice is going to be its own unique experience, and we are all unique. So our souls know what the divine needs to give to us, and we've just got to observe it and enjoy it. See the thoughts of that are laced with negativity, or the patterns of thinking, or the patterns of behavior or reacting. They're all going to be purified, burned away with the light that is coming in with Shreem Brzee, that has the energy and intelligence of millions of suns light. Millions of suns, not one. Look, we're out in the sun for a few minutes and we're burning. Millions of suns. So that's the intensity of this consciousness that we're building inside of us. So no wonder we have Dr. Pillai to guide us, and all these divine beings, so that they can filter it, so we don't end up being like barbecue. So, or burned out. You know, we're already burned out with whatever has happened so far, and we're ratcheting the stories over and over again, and we're expecting to get some clarity, and it's just not happening. So as Dr. Ply shared, stop it. Stop looking at it. Give it a rest. Just let go of it. So perhaps from this day 41 to, I believe it's going to be 51 or 52 maybe days until the end of May. So it's not really that much longer, about 10 more days, that we can really dive into this practice and root out anything that is residual. We can't shake it. And then ask Shreem Brzee to just pour it into the hands of Lord Yama, so that we will bring in the prana, the life force. And then we'll be not even realizing that we're holding our breath, but not on purpose. It's just happening because we're turning towards the divine energy, the soul's energy. And we're going to get animated with that. So we also have Shatabishak. It's a star that is a healer. So you may be a healer in your profession, or you may have gone to a healer, or you may experience chanting or meditation, rituals, services, remedies that are done through Ashraveda or Ply Center, as per Dr. Ply or as per his courses. We may feel that healing energy coming through us, and that is going to help to light us up, bring more energy to us, make us to feel happier about our situation and have a better outlook on it. So a lot of healing energy, a lot of support to just throw away that which is no longer serving us, and get into divine breathing, prana, life force, energy. So we may feel some heat, if not some, a lot. And then the goddess being Friday, Venus is the planet of money. It's the money planet, and also the planet of comforts, joy, and devotion at its highest level. So we can start to be devoted not only to our spiritual practices or our spiritual teacher or path, but be devoted to everyone, because there's God in everyone, regardless of what is going on. So this is what it is to be a soul. We just put this uniform on called ourself in this lifetime, and we change it every other lifetime. And then we decide that, oh my God, this is just a change of clothes. I really need to know what's going on inside. So the way out of this situation, or our thinking mind that's being bombarded with negativity 24/7 pretty much, anywhere you go, and even in isolation, we can be I've been so busy, I've been able to run away from my thoughts, but now they're right there. So it's an opportunity for all of us to let go, let God, and then we will get into that highest state of devotion. We'll feel what devotion really feels like. We'll experience it versus it being a philosophy or some term that we don't understand beyond the intellect. So let's get into it. Closing your eyes and putting your attention internally, we're going to focus on creating a landing pad inside of us, inside of our subtle body, and then our physical body will just be stilled. If you need to move around and the energy is coming in, or you're in pain, move around. If you need to lie down, lie down. If you need to get up and do light stretches, do that. Just try to stay in the Sushumna, wherever we are, that thin tube of light that arises from the base of the spine. It pierces all the chakras. So stay in that centered runway. And then also stay in the body part that we're focusing on. Our tendency is to just, focus on the third eye. And then we're thinking about our laundry. We're thinking about our grocery lists. We're thinking about, oh God, I got to pay the bills, or got to drop off the kids. Got to get them out to the park, get them fresh air because they haven't been out all week because I've been working online, and so on. So all these things are going to bombard our head, our mind, and pull us away from that focus. So hopefully that will all just die off, give Lord Yama something to do. And then we just focus on that body part and put the sound in there as best we can. And then allow whatever is to happen. Closing your eyes. Put your attention internally at the base of the spine and also down the legs into the feet and toes. We're going to call on Lord Ganesha to remove the obstacles for this chanting practice to be a success, and that we're going to complete it. We're going to feel good about it. And we're also going to commune with the divine in a way that we never imagined. So every practice is new. Every moment is new. So allow whatever is going to happen. Visualize the reddish orangish light pouring down the legs, into the feet and toes, even into the ground. Om Gam Ganapataye Namaha Nirvignam Kuru Kuru. Om Gam Ganapataye Namaha Nirvignam Kuru Kuru. Om Gam Ganapataye Namaha Nirvignam Kuru Kuru. Now focus your attention on your backbone. Imagine a ray of light shooting up the backbone, piercing the chakras that are stacked on top of one another, piercing the brain, the top of the skull, and the light goes up and up and up into the space, seeking healing energy, peace, prosperity, consciousness, wealth, health, happiness, in the heavens above, in different dimensions, like an SOS going out to these divine beings in these dimensions, beyond the earth plane, beyond the third dimension. Connect with your backbone, the light shooting up the skull into the space. Establish your Wi-Fi divine connection. We'll begin to activate the chakras, starting at the base of the spine. Move up to the heart center, middle of the chest. Move up to the throat, clear the throat. Move into the middle of the brain, the third eye. Float back down to the base of the spine. And also the legs. Connect with the earth element. Na, 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 na. Move up to the navel chakra, the belly. Fill it with water. Ma, 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 ma. Move up to the heart center, middle of the chest, also down the arms and hands and fingers. Set them on fire. She, 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 she. Move up to the throat, the mouth, the nostrils. Connect with the air element or prana. Wa, 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 wa. Now move into the two eyeballs. Keep them still and steady. The two brains, the right and left brain. Connect with the ether, the akash, or space. Ya, 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 ya. Now imagine Dr. Ply appearing before you in a form you're familiar with or a light. Receive two beams of light piercing your eyeballs, cleansing the windows to your soul. The eyes are the windows to the soul. Another ray of light enters your forehead, activates the pituitary, the pineal in the middle of the brain, the third eye in the subtle body. Lock on to these three beams of light coming from Dr. Pillai's eyes and his third eye, into your eyes and your third eye. Om Dram Dattatreya Shiva Baba Namaha. Om Dram Dattatreya Shiva Baba Namaha. Om Dram Dattatreya Shiva Baba Namaha. Now imagine Vishwamitra, the saint, the great sage who gave the sound Brzee to the world, collaborating with Dr. Pillai so we can birth it at this point in our evolution. Inside of ourselves, inside of the earth plane. Receive three rays of light from Vishwamitra into your eyes, your third eye. Lock on to his eyes and third eye. Birth Brzee into your body from head to toe. Om Vishwamitraya Namaha. Om Vishwamitraya Namaha. Om Vishwamitraya Namaha. Now we'll put our attention into our nostrils. We're going to take a breath, very easy, smooth breath, into the nostrils, up to the third eye. We'll hold the breath momentarily, and then we will exhale the air out the mouth. Let's begin. Inhale through the nostrils. Hold third eye. Exhale through the mouth. Breathe in through the nostrils. Hold third eye. Exhale, mouth. One more time. Breathe in through the nostrils. Hold third eye. Exhale, mouth. And just breathe naturally. And put your attention now on your third eye. Imagine a flame in your third eye, purifying, burning the karma, blocking your progress to live a more prosperous, enlightened life, peaceful life, right now. And we'll begin with the chanting vibration, the light, the fire in the third eye. Shreem Brzee, 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 Shreem Brzee. Now the light explodes beyond the third eye, beyond the body in all directions. Shift dimensions. Now bring your attention to the back of your head and tuck your attentional energy inside the brain, in the back, around the middle back, part of your brain. Intuitively, you'll be drawn to the cerebellum, which is also a mini brain or a little brain, packed with neurons, firing, lighting up. The back door for all the divine beings to come in, to sneak in and enlighten the process. Shreem Brzee, 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 Shreem Brzee. The light explodes beyond the cerebellum, beyond the body, in all directions. Shift dimensions. Now put your attention on the whole brain, the front of the brain, the sides of the brain, the back of the brain, the top of the brain, also inside the brain. Light it up. Fire up all those neurons. Shreem Brzee, 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 Shreem Brzee. The whole brain is lit up. The light explodes beyond the body in all directions. Shift dimensions. Now bring your attentional energy into your nostrils. Send 2 rays of light up the nostrils where they meet on the forehead. They reactivate the pituitary, the pineal, third eye. Keep the flame going. Purify the prana moving through the nostrils. Shreem Brzee, 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 Shreem Brzee. The light explodes beyond the nostrils, beyond the third eye. Shift dimensions. Now put your attentional energy into your mouth. Feel an expansion of energy and light on the insides of the cheek, the teeth, the tongue is lit up, the back of the throat. Shreem Brzee, 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 Shreem Brzee. The light explodes beyond the mouth in all directions. Shift dimensions. Now pour your attentional energy into your throat, your neck, shoulders, arms, hands, the chest and the back. Imagine a laser beam of blue light entering your throat at your Adam's apple. From somewhere in front of you, this beam is entering, piercing the Adam's apple. The blue light fills the throat, the neck, shoulders, arms, chest, and back. This is the blue light. It's a life force that will diffuse stubborn karma. Feel it flying off your shoulders. Unburden yourself from the karma. Shreem Brzee, 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 Shreem Brzee. The light explodes beyond the neck, the throat, the shoulders, the arms, the upper back and chest. Shift dimensions. Now pour your attentional energy down your windpipe, into the bronchial tubes, into the lungs, all the way down to the bottom of the lungs. Fill them up with light that will diffuse guilt, loss, grief, depression, low energy, lethargy, anything that's suffocating you emotionally is being released with the light and the sounds. Shreem Brzee, 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 Shreem Brzee. The light explodes beyond the lungs in all directions. Shift dimensions. Now bring your attention back up to your eyeballs. Keep them steady. Fill them with light. Shreem Brzee, 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 Shreem Brzee. The light explodes beyond the eyes in all directions. Shift dimensions. Now bring your attention into your ears. Pierce the eardrums with beams of light entering from outside the ears, going into the brain, inside the head, filling it up. The face is heating up, tingling. The skull, the skin on the skull is tingling. The hair is standing on end with the light. The halo or aura around the head is lit up. Shreem Brzee, 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 Shreem Brzee. The whole head explodes with light moving in all directions. Shift dimensions. Now pour your attentional energy into the trunk of your body, the front, the back, the sides. And then move your attention into all the organs, filling them with light, cleansing them, revitalizing them with the light. The heart, the lungs, the stomach, the liver, gallbladder, the spleen and pancreas, the intestines, and then into the pelvic region, all the way down. The reproductive organs, the kidneys, the adrenals, the organs of elimination are all being cleansed with the light and the sound. Shreem Brzee, 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 Shreem Brzee. The light explodes beyond the body in all directions. Shift dimensions. And pour your attentional energy down your legs all the way into the feet, the toes, even into the ground. Stabilize your practice. Bring all that light, all those sound vibrations of the goddess Shreem Brzee into the legs. Shreem Brzee, 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 Shreem Brzee. The light explodes beyond the legs in all directions. Shift dimensions. Now the final round of chanting, sending the light into the body from head to toe, is like a body scanned from just outside the head, surrounding the body in the aura. Do an internal scan, release anything that is no longer serving you, and fill yourself with light and the vibrations of Shreem Brzee. Shreem Brzee, 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 Shreem Brzee. The light explodes beyond the body in all directions. Shift dimensions. Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Peace, peace, peace. Peace to the body, peace to the mind, peace to the soul, peace to the environment, peace to the world, peace to the universe. And just let go of the process. And as you're coming back to yourself, you can make an internal prayer to Dr. Ply for guiding your soul to be here and fill it up with light and love and super consciousness, peace, prosperity for yourself and everyone in the world. Thank one another for connecting at the level of the soul, virtually here, creating a safe space for healing energy, unconditional love and support, and empowered practice, more so than you can do on your own. Pray to all the beings who are supporting you. Pray to that they come and help those who really need it the most. Food, clothing, shelter, clean water, medicine, unconditional love and support for all human beings. And relax. Take your time to come back. And when you're ready, you can move your body around a little bit, integrate that energy. And then maybe take note, see how you feel, what came to you. What was the message? What was the feeling? What was the experience? Because we don't want to blink and miss it. So thanks, everyone, for those of you who need to go. We'll see you tomorrow. And those of you who are going to stay, this is part of the call where we will also, now that we have all this energy, we've called the divine in to enlighten us, and then also light up the space, give us a message. And if we didn't get that message, maybe we need some more clarity. So we will do a ghee lamp meditation. Then I'm just adjusting the wick and filling it up, because while we were chanting away, it was going down, down, down. The ghee was going, and the ghee is gold. So the ghee is what the divine loves. So anytime you are chanting or doing a meditation and you have a ghee lamp, you can tell this is a science where it's a spiritual science where you can tell that the divine has come in, because the ghee is going down so fast. So we'll set it up, and then all you need to do is gaze into it. I'm going to adjust the camera momentarily. So the purpose of this is to experience the divine coming into the ghee lamp. Maybe you will see some different colored lights. Maybe we will experience a shift that we didn't know we could experience. Maybe we'll have a release, an emotional release, or some physical pain can feel like it's being burned away in the fire, the flame. We'll feel the connection in the third eye and all the chakras. Maybe you might feel heat now that the divine is in you, but like, oh my goodness, now I'm really communing with the divine coming in, and it's inside of me, and we're doing a dance and allowing that which is no longer serving you just to be purified, diffused away. It's just like that. And then ask for whatever it is that you want. Set your intention now. And then after the 9 minutes, that's all it's going to be. It feels like 9 seconds. It will go by very, very fast. You'll feel an energy. You'll feel a vibration. Maybe you're rocking. Maybe you'll feel like, oh, whoa, I totally disappeared. So the gazing is not with your eyes bug-eyed like this. For those of you who are new, it will just be gazing. And more of your attentional energy will be in the third eye. So your energy will go back into the third eye and activate the third eye, and then gaze into the lamp, which your eyes might go all blurry, but then something can be revealed. You might see it open up and divine beings coming through like a portal. So anything goes. Enjoy. I'm going to be stepping out of the frame, and the lights are going to go down. So all you will see is the ghee lamp. And maybe some other things. So enjoy, and we'll see you in a bit. So we've got Shreem Brzee. There's an image there. There's Varahi. There's Yantra for Shreem Brzee. We've got a Kubera Yantra, the Banker of Heaven. We've got Vishwamitra sitting on another Yantra. So that's just for fun, momentarily. Just to know that they're there, and they're going to be, these are like landing pads or transmitters of the divine. So your experience can be a little bit deeper. Enjoy your practice. We'll call you back when I hear the chime. And just let go of the process. Take note of what you are experiencing. In the body, in the mind, the surroundings, the vibration, the heat, the light, the images, the thoughts. And make your final prayer to Dr. Ply once again. All these divine souls coming together, praying for peace, prosperity, enlightenment for all, especially those who need it the most. Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Peace, peace, peace. The lights are coming on. And we'll adjust the camera. Hello, everyone. So thanks so much for joining, those of you who need to go. This is part of the call where we are going to have a discussion on the chat, so you can post your notes, your questions, your comments, your shared experiences, if you'd like. I'm just going to move this light here. So I'm seeing a lot of thank yous, which is always great. Because when we're grateful, then we are full of greatness. And then everything happens. So Dikshant is saying, I started Shreem Brzee chanting, and after 3 or 4 days, a money fraud happened with me. Does Shreem Brzee have a negative effect too? That's a great question. And Shreem Brzee, as we know, is not only to create wealth consciousness, it's also to clear out negativity. So if a fraud happens, then it's keeping us alert. And Shreem Brzee is a great karma buster, meaning that karma has to come. So it could have been that the fraud happened because it was going to be a greater loss of something had you not been doing the Shreem Brzee. So it's showing you to keep checking your finances, check your bank account, check your credit cards, check everything. And make sure that you are directing your attentional energy to your finances, because this is a very scary time for everyone. And everyone is going to be having to stay alert. So it's not that it brings in negative energy at all. It's just that it's bringing to our attention, just like coronavirus is bringing to our attention all those areas of our life that are so messed up. And why is that? Because it's our thinking mind. Collectively, we are thinking that running after money, food, and sex, as Dr. Ply shares, and all the masters do, we just get so caught up in that and we think that's divine bliss. In fact, it's ignorance, and ignorance is bliss. So we have to wake up to all the different areas of our life and pay a lot of attention to it, be alert, so that we can create a better reality. And then Shreem Brzee, like any karma buster, will diffuse, show you where she is diffusing the negativity coming from God knows what lifetime where we committed fraud against someone. So karmas like that goes around, comes around, and we never know when it's going to happen. Although this is a very ripe time, because there are a lot of desperate people out there, and they're taking advantage of the situation where these dark forces are getting into them, and then they're just doing silly things. So just pay attention and keep doing your Shreem Brzees. It will create that protective force field around you and make you to take care of your finances, take care of your health, take care of your well-being, take care of your family, and so on. Can we get a recording of this? Weber is asking. Yeah, it's as soon as we end this call, I think it takes maybe some minutes to go live, but it will just be a recording in this YouTube Shreem Brzee TV YouTube. So it will be there. Haha. Thank you. So powerful. Wow, that's great. Laura Lakshmi is saying, wow, Sutrita, never seen such a ascending flame yet in this chant that I'm doing from the beginning. Wow, I did feel like I did feel and experience a deep and complex something deification tonight. So grateful. So deification is that association with the deities, getting in and waking us up and feeling that we're communing with the divine consciousness, mixing and dancing with our human consciousness. We can't be completely divine, otherwise we wouldn't be here. So we're always doing a dance in and out, so that we can maintain a level of existence here on the earth plane. And as we're all evolving and the earth plane is evolving, then we're going to feel the deities coming in stronger. So it seems like, and for me it was as well, so quiet, as if death was all around. You know, that silence, that deep, deep silence where we just died off to all the thoughts of life. And then we're just like, where are we now? So these practices are so fabulous because they are going to prepare us for one day when that time comes, just like birth and everything in between called life, we're going to die. So unless we can get everything sped up and we can go into that angelic state, the immortal state that the masters say, hey, you're going to go and get there one lifetime. We can definitely, as Dr. Pillai shared today in the message on Facebook, we can get to at least 60, 70% if we keep doing our spiritual practices. And that's manifesting material and spiritual evolution or progress in life. Shushmita is saying, Sutrita, today you said that old ways will die, and then you said something about the breath. So the god of death is the 9th waning moon archetype or deity, the consciousness that is going to be here for this whole day. It's ruling, actually, as well as the star Satyabhishak, which is a healing star. So we've got this god of death who is called Lord Yama. And then when we die, we don't breathe anymore. We're dead. So no breath is left. The body is not animated anymore. It's just a hunk of flesh and bones and guts and blood and bugs and stuff. So what happens is we don't want to die off during this invitation to commune with the Lord of Death. So we have to give him something. So he will take us into that state of holding our breath. So when we go into that state of paying attention to our breath, we're not holding it like we're going to not breathe again. We're not going to pay attention to the breathing in and breathing out of air. We're going to pay attention to the prana. So we've heard of the term pranayama. So yama is in there. It's restraining the breathing in and breathing out of the air that's going in and out through the nostrils and the mouth. Primarily, also your skin breathes and so on. So we're not paying attention to that process. That's the gross or the more physical form of paying attention to the breath. We're going into the prana, which is the life breath. It's the life force energy. And with that, then the god of death is saying, oh, okay, you're not breathing so much like you would. So it's like you're dead. So he's happy. He's like, okay, you're dying off. So we don't have to die off physically. We can die off to that whole process, meaning don't pay attention to it and everything that else is associated with it. So when we're breathing rapidly, it's because we're, oh my God, I'm in fear, I'm in anxiety, oh my God, what's going to happen? And you talk really fast. And you think, well, I'm not breathing at all, but you're really just breathing very shallow and very fast and rapidly. And you're losing your life force. So when we breathe slowly, like a turtle, they live 130 years, a tortoise, a sea turtle. They don't breathe too many times in a minute. I think it's like 3 times a minute. How many times do we breathe a minute? Lots, right? Almost every second. So hopefully that the breath and how it can help you manifesting, because when we're chanting, are you thinking about breathing when you're chanting? No, you're just chanting. You're just taking in a breath and you don't even know how many chants you did unless you're counting it. And then who knows if that's going to repeat. So we're not even really paying attention to that breathing in and breathing out. Even when we're talking, are you paying attention to your breath going out, which happens naturally when you're speaking? However, if you can get into the state where the yogis get, they're not breathing at all, really. They are just talking or not talking, and everything is in prana. So that's cool. It's an energy. So that's how you can manifest, because you're not in the breath. You are in the prana. That's the soul's life force. And the soul is what? Miracle consciousness. That's how you manifest. So you keep doing the Shreem Brzee, it blocks everything out. It protects the mind from being bombarded by all these thoughts. Oh, I'm breathing, I'm not breathing. I don't know if I'm doing this right. I do. All that is, you're just, and then so Shreem Brzee will put you into prana, put you into pranayama. You don't have to think about it. And then you just manifest that way, because you're in that state of manifestation in a divine way, not doing the thing that you want to, okay, gotta go get this, do that, going through the process like we do. It's so limited. Weber is saying, I found this by accident. Is it nightly? Hey, Weber, great. Great accident. Accidents happen for good reasons. Yes, it is. And it will continue on until the end of May. So you're definitely welcome to come. And then also people who, they got lots of things going on. This is recorded, so you'll be able to watch it again. Or you can, if you miss out, you can watch it. You don't even have to listen to the first part. That's usually setting yourself up. But if you just want to go into the chanting, then you can do that. And then you have the energy of the day. The group is there. The group energy is there, even though this is past. This is a vortex. And so it's like you're bottling it up and you're jumping in and participating, and you're feeling the energy. So great to have you here. And then Fraz is saying, the flame was representing Shushumna reaching up to the ether like a divine Wi-Fi. Hey, I didn't see it. I didn't notice it that way. So that's cool. Very beautiful meditation. Lishtra is saying, great. So again, meditation is a stream of consciousness. We're always in meditation. What? Yes, whenever we're focusing on anything. So if we're focusing on our work, or if we're focusing on cooking or cleaning or doing any activity, and if we truly pay attention to it and all our attentional energy goes to where we're caring about what's happening in that moment, that's meditation. You're tapping in to whatever you are currently in the now doing. So it's a stream of consciousness that you're just tapping into it. It's always there. So you tap in and tap out when you want to be, ADD, thinking too many thoughts. Malini's saying it's a great experience. Dikshant is saying, after chanting, negative things will go out first, then positivity will come. So it means more bad things will happen. No, not necessarily. Although if we've had For example, something in our life where we have been facing financial difficulties for years or decades, or from birth, we inherited bad financial karma. We don't know how to manage it, or bad health, or relationships, bickering, fighting. And it's a long, long time. So it's not that anything more bad is going to happen. You're just seeing it. It's like all this light is shining on it, and it's painful to see. But then once we see it, just like if you turned a light on in a room full of cockroaches, we all know what happens. The light goes on and they scatter. They want to not be seen. So that's what we kind of do in life. We go, I don't want to pay attention to it. I don't. And then finally, all this light of Shreem Brzee is looking at it, and you're like, oh my God, look at all those cockroaches in my life. So it's not that anything bad, more bad is going to happen. It's that it already is there, and you need to really address it. So please, 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 not only chanting Shreem Brzee, go and talk to your banker, financial advisor. Go get help from a family member who's got their finances together. Go get help from a friend. This is an opportunity for all of us to, because everyone is being more compassionate and understanding of the situation of the times, it's almost like we kind of have an excuse to get things sorted out, because everyone knows that it's a tough time, and it's going to be a tough time for the whole earth plane. It's not just, a little place or a little community or a little family. It's everyone. So the consciousness is there, and then the divine is going to come in and appeal. As long as we take two or three steps forward to sort these things out, then the divine will open the door. That's what Shreem Brzee will do, is show you, okay, go get this sorted out finally. Whether it's health or wealth or, your job or your relationships, whatever it is that's causing you so much distress and thinking that your life is bad. As Dr. Ply said, you're either going to focus on getting coronavirus and having a bad life and living continuously like that, or you're going to just get Shreem Brzee to say, crush that, put the light on it, and go get it figured out. So, Shrishmita's saying, you're like a self-help manual. That's kind of cool. All right. Luciano saying, when I focus on the third eye during the mantra, I yawn a lot. Yes. Is that cleansing? Absolutely. Anything that you're doing to try to expand your body and bring in a new breath. Some people cough. All of a sudden, they just start hacking and coughing and sneezing and yawning and crying. And, lots of release is happening, cathartic release or physical release, or hiccuping. If there's a lot of energy coming in, you may feel like you're hiccup, you can't control it. You can't say, oh, I'm going to start hiccuping now, or I'm going to start yawning now, or I'm going to stop hiccuping or stop yawning. You might yawn like so many times. Sneezing. You're not going to say, oh, I'm going to sneeze now. Oh, let me sneeze. This is all happening because the divine is waking up inside of you, is trying to make some room to get in, and it's our body's way of releasing. So yes, it is great, expanding, because we have to understand, how is the divine getting in? How is it for me today? Everyone here is contributing to the positive vibration being sent out into the world, and that's what we have to imagine. Not in the sense of, oh, geez, I hope it all does, and fingers crossed, and, oh, God, It's not like that at all. It's like we are accessing the divine within us. As Christ said, and all the masters who have gone before us, we're not the body. We're not the mind. We are the soul. We're just using the mind. We're using this body. We're using knowledge, technology, and so on. We're just making use of it. This brain is a receptor. It receives information and it processes it. The nervous system acts accordingly to what the brain tells it. Then it makes the body to do stuff. So really, the soul is what animates our life. It makes us to be full of wonder and joy and an adventure. And that's what Christ said. Hey, the party's inside. The kingdom is within. When you have a kingdom within, are you worried about money? We have everything. It's just that we haven't been able to live that. And what is live? It's L-I-V-E, it's live. So bringing that positive energy is our natural state of being, regardless of what is going on around us. What's going on inside is way more powerful experience, and we have to experience it in order for us to realize the power, the energy, the intelligence that needs to wake up. It's our birthright, and we're birthing Brzee, so that's heaven on earth or wealth consciousness, whatever that means to you. It's going to mean something different to everyone. Then that gets birthed into the whole earth plane as well. MacArthur, you're asking about, will it enlarge the male sex organs? I don't know. Try it out. Let us know. Is there any mantras to help men, such as penis enlargement? Perhaps. Interesting. Try it out and let us know. What time does the session start? It starts at 10 p.m. Eastern Daylight Savings Time. And then whatever that converts to in your area. Froz is saying, anybody feeling disempowered at this point of time should see Dr. Ply's video posted on Facebook today. His words reminded me to be alert, once again, to be empowered through the choice of words. Froz is saying, we're so blessed to have a living master guiding us. Absolutely. And then Malini's saying, yes, Dr. Ply's explanation about the power of words was profound this afternoon. So whatever you are saying to yourself or saying to others or paying attention to, and then the words are coming, then that's what you're going to manifest. So are there any other comments or questions, shared experiences? How much time, Dikshant is asking, how much time does Shreem Brzee take to effect? Dikshant, how many years have you had your problem? Whether it's health, wealth, happiness, peace, prosperity, enlightenment. So whatever that is, you just keep doing Shreem Brzee, and that's going to see the pattern. You're going to see the pattern that needs to be diffused. And then the more attentive you are, and then you focus on what you want to manifest, and you diffuse all that negativity with Shreem Brzee, then it can happen. Perhaps in previous lifetimes you've chanted Shreem Brzee, and then you're coming back in this lifetime, and then you don't have to do it too much. But if you haven't been able to turn it around, you got to keep doing it until you do turn it around. What about astral traveling? Well, MacArthur, you probably went a little bit of astral traveling, some aspect of your being. So just when we're paying attention to the chanting practice, sometimes we don't know where our head went. When we're putting our attention on our eyes, we don't feel our feet or our legs. Where did they go? We're here, but where did our body parts go? Where did all that attentional energy go? It shifted. It went through the astral body. So we have these different aspects of our being, and we're a multi-dimensional being. So we have this physical form, and then we have mental or intellectual qualities. So that's another aspect of our being, another layer of consciousness. It's more subtle. And then we have emotions, and we have these aura, the aura around us, the energy around us. And then we have the subtler bodies as we're going up into the space, like a Wi-Fi connection to the divine. Who's going there? Not our mental being, because we don't even know about those states of being. We don't know. However, our astral bodies know. So our astral body it just is there already. And we're just activating our attention. Okay, with our intention and our attention, we're getting there. So multi-layers of being with the light bursting, it's pushing the layers, to pushing those energetic bodies, subtle, because the physical is an energetic body. It's energized, by the heartbeat and so on, and the electrical system, the bioelectricity of our nervous system and so on. So that's happening, and then we are going subtler and subtler and subtler. So you do go on to an astral, you activate the astral body, or you go out of body. An out of body experience, they call it OBE, is you're transcending this physical form, even though you're here and you're here, and your mouth is moving, or maybe it's not. Words are coming, or maybe they're not, but then you're somewhere else. And I'm just saying up, it could be out, it could be down, it could be it's multi-directional. Dikshant, I started recently, nearly 21 days happened, I think. Wow, great. Good for you, Dikshant. I've been doing it for 25 years. And that's, to me, it's like, why wouldn't I want to continue on doing that if it's supporting health and wealth and happiness, versus my trial and error life before that, all those years before that, where I was trying to figure it all out and working really hard at, trying to do life without it. Listening can put it into the effect as well. And so that's what I would recommend before we wrap up. Dr. Pillai has asked us to chant it 1,008 times in the morning, afternoon, and evening. Now, most people cannot do that because they've got other things going on, and that's fine. So there are audio practices, or you can review this part of the chanting video when you review it again. And then you just have it playing sometime in the morning, sometime in the afternoon, sometime in the evening. And then it's 1,008 repetitions at least. And then you will have it done that way, listening to it while you're working, listening to it while you're cleaning the house, listening to it while you're taking care of the kids or walking the dog. You have it on your phone. So listening to it while you're sleeping, and it's on very low volume. Could even be in another room. The vibrations are in your house. Listen to it while you're driving. If you can go out of isolation that way, put it in, when you're driving. It doesn't take too long to finish off 1,008. All right. Any other questions, comments, shared experiences? You're very welcome, Namika. It was saying, thank you again for a very good session and answering a very range of questions. That's what we're here to do. Yeah, Dikshant. So it's not about completing or using this as a spiritual practice separate from my life or anyone else's life. This is something that's adding to my life. It is something that I wake up to and I go to sleep to and I do all day long, in and out, because these sounds will give not just the vibration or the experience, or know that all the stuff that we've been talking about is happening. It's like in life, it will steer you away from negative situations. so many times I've thought, oh my God, I can't go to this meeting. It's just going to be, I'm just not prepared to face this. And the meeting will get changed. It will come at a different time. Everyone will be in a good mood. And I'll be like, oh yeah, Shreem Brzee, awesome. Or it can be like something that I need to learn. And like this, YouTube is something that I'm learning how to use it. It's a different platform than I'm used to. And there are a lot of different steps and the technology is there. And I'm just like, okay, I gotta learn something new now. And, it's not something that can just easily fit into my schedule. I've got to, ask somebody to teach me. Donna Davy has been so awesome. Gina Lakshmi has been awesome as well, helping me to figure out how to navigate this YouTube so that we can have this platform and help so many more people. Which it is, and it's awesome. And I'm so happy that it was a struggle, but not too difficult, because chanting Shreem Brzee will bring the right people. They'll make it joyful, which it has been. And then it's been, not too difficult to transition over. So you can teach an old dog new tricks. And we should never ever say we're going to stop learning or technology is too much for us, because this is the way of the world. So if we say, oh, I don't want to get online, or I don't want to do this, then we're just limiting all the joy and the happiness that we can experience, and then feel like, oh, okay, I can navigate this. Like my 2-year-old granddaughter. She picks up a phone, blah, 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 figures it all out. They're born with it. Oh my God. So how's the life change? Oh my God, Deekson. It's just from the inside out. So joy, happiness, peace, prosperity, not just for myself, for my whole family, for everyone who I know who goes through the ups and downs in life. We're just steady. And we know that this too shall pass. And then the fear doesn't come in. It's almost like there's this divine fearlessness. My fear is still there. My anxiety is there, but it's not going to override. Something else comes in and just swoops in and makes everything to just be so easy and graceful and wondrous. And so how it's changed is inside of me. And then over the years, it's like, what else are you going to do for me? And I was sharing with lots of people that, don't look at your bank balance. As Dr. Ply shares, the Maharishi Mahesh Yogi tells the story about that. You don't look at your bank account and see the bottom line. You look at, okay, money is in the bank. And then for things that, for example, just recently when I was in India, just right at the time that COVID-19 was busting loose and everybody had to get back home to where they are. I'm from Toronto, Canada. So I just had dental surgery, 2 big dental surgeries in a very short period of time, and the healing wasn't happening. And I was just, oh my God, am I going to be stuck in India? And what's that going to be? And I didn't really stress about it, because I just knew that, well, it's just going to turn out. It's going to be beautiful. And it was very challenging. 5 flights got canceled just as I was going to the airport. And, oh, another flight got canceled. Oh, another flight. And it's getting right down to the final day. So why I'm sharing that is that was going to be a big, costly expense to get the dental work, surgery, and extensive work done here in Canada. And I was able to do it in India, and it was very reasonable. It fit into my budget. So big ticket items like beautiful home, car, that's all been there. It's all manifesting. And so it's very, very important, everyone, to put a vision board. As Dr. Ply shared, we have to see an image that we can focus on, and that's what we want. And that's what we need to have. And then the divine, we say Shreem Brzee, and we really get in alignment with that. And we start to merge with that image, whether we believe it or not. It doesn't matter. That's the monkey mind. It's all over the map. But we're just using this spiritual technology or this spiritual science, and we're the experiment. We're experimenting with our own consciousness. If you want to manifest fear or anxiety, go on the internet and you will just have a wild ride. And you'll get your blood boiling that way to feel alive. It's not a great way to feel alive. Yes, it does, but then why not feel alive and full of wonder? What else am I going to manifest while we're under COVID? Renovations are going on in my house. Oh my God, I got off the plane. I'm supposed to be in 14 days of lockdown, self-isolation, post-international travel. Okay, I'm doing that. Then there's renovations going on. And so how is that all happening? And so it's kind of like, to answer your question, if I haven't answered it already, it's we're using our own consciousness to manifest the impossible or bring our dreams into reality by visualizing them, putting Shreem Brzee to work, and then just trusting that it's going to get all figured out. This is going to even be better than what we could imagine it to be. I'm not sure what you mean by diffused tantra experience somebody put on us. Oh, I see. So if some negative energy is coming at you, definitely Shreem Brzee will help you. Also, though, I would recommend getting some, it's kind of like you go to the doctors and the doctors say, okay, you have some symptoms and let's try these things. And you might feel better temporarily, but then you go and get extra tests and oh my goodness, you have a tumor. So then you have to go to the specialist and get the tumor removed if that's what's needed to be done. So, you might have to go to a specialist and get that, those negative energies like black magic or some curses or something like that. You can do Shreem Brzee then, but then Shreem Brzee will guide you to the right one, because there's a lot of people out there who are saying that they can do it and then they're not doing it. They take your money, So Zarina, I love that name. Thank you so much. You're inspiring. I heard a male voice chanting throughout the session. Was there something else playing? Now, that's somebody was saying that the other night, Zarina, is that they said they heard Dr. Ply coming through my voice, and I'm like, oh, okay, cool. Because that's what I feel like. I feel like I disappear, and then my mouth is just moving, and I don't know who's coming through. So, Sadhavanan is, I am not attending any class. Can I chant Shreem Brzee? Yeah, definitely chanting Shreem Brzee. Wow, this is the second time though. Yes, Zarina. And that's what happened. This is being on this path with Dr. Ply. When I met him, for all of those of you who haven't heard this story, is that he got me right away, because he just said, I'm going to take you into deep, deep states of meditation and clearing out and all this. And he did, and he used us. He said, I'm going to use you as experimental, like guinea pigs, experimental rats, just to see, because there was just a small group of us many, many years ago. And so the practices were very intense, and they went on for hours. They went for a whole weekend. Just drive down to New York. It was 10-hour drive, and show up, and then chanting, meditating, and all these rituals and all this stuff that was going on, hour after hour, no sleep, hardly any sleep, no eating. And so it was pretty intense to get us out of our mind and get us out of our body, and just not paying attention to all that, goofy stuff, as he called it. But then when we came out of it at the end of the week, we were just like shiny and bright. And, but in the meantime, he would say, it's going to be really tough, but I promise you that your life will be adventurous. And I was like, oh my God. And the way he smiled, it was like a smile and a wink, like it's going to be awesome. And it has been. It has been an adventurous life, a wonderful life. It has had its intense ups and downs and pain, emotional pain and physical pain and, mental pain. And yes, that's life. That's what it is, but it's not the charge of it is. Prior to meeting Dr. Ply, participating in all these practices and sadhana, getting on a spiritual path, is he's very practical. He wants you to not separate your spiritual self from your life. Be in it. Be full on. Look at your life. Spiritualize it. Get it full of joy. Get it full of happiness, and everything will be there. And you'll just be like, the adventure part is like, how did that happen? And then the wonder is there, like a child. I'm always wondering, oh my God, this looks like it could be intense. And I wonder how, if I send Shreem Brzee ahead of time, send Ganesha ahead of time, can it all work out beautifully for everybody? And it does. So that's why we love all the Ply Center teachers. We've had so many miracles in our lives, especially when it's really tough and it's really intense. I can't imagine what would have happened to me if I didn't get on that plane the day before they locked everything down. Nobody could leave India. So, and then I was okay to go after my surgery. I had stitches and my face was all swollen and my tongue was on fire. And if they opened my mouth, they'd probably think I had coronavirus. So I was like pretending to be happy at the airport, like, don't show any signs of your head is going to explode. You're heating up. You've had all this surgery, you got stitches, you can hardly even talk. So that was the adventure. And I'm not just being dramatic. It was pretty intense. So, but then inside of me, I was just like all calm and peaceful and just, everything's going to work out and I'm not going to get anything. And people were coughing and hacking and they had masks on. And I thought, well, this is the perfect place to die on the flight if I'm going to die of this coronavirus, because nobody knew anything. It was just like, get out. And India didn't want me there. And I wasn't sure what I could do there, if they were going to come and then take me and quarantine me somewhere else. What would that be like? Not that it would be horrible. It would just be like, whoa, So that's what I mean by adventure and wonder, and the divine always takes care. The divine always, always takes care. And that is something that's beyond religion, beyond the traditions of any culture that we were raised in or know about, or know people who are from different backgrounds. This is our divine birthright, to have the divine always guiding us, even through the worst times. If you'd like to talk to me personally, you can send an email to sutrita@plycenter.com, or you can pop on to Ply Center, and then there is a section, I think it's in the store, where you can book a coaching session. And so we'll have a one-on-one, and then we will sort out whatever it is that you've come to find out about, and then I'll give you some guidance, as Dr. Ply would and has. And then he's given me the blessings to guide other people. And then, of course, his energy is there, his guidance is there. And I always wonder, oh my goodness, how am I going to help this person? And then all of a sudden there's this beautiful experience that happens. And the person who leaves, comes into the coaching session, they're very clear about what they need to do next. They have a plan of action, and they're just like ready to get going and get back into their life. So, and it's not from me. It's like, I don't know where that's coming from. So, Judy, great. And we have to be full of joy, because life is really too short. It really, really is. And this is uncertain times. We don't know when the clock is going to tick. Who can tell when they're going to die? Who can tell when Yoma is going to come and just, that's it, light out. So we are really preparing ourselves for that time when it happens, and then we'll know, okay, on the other side, when this physical body goes and it's no more, we've been exploring the spiritual realm, and then we know, okay, go for the light. Don't go and hang out with these guys. They're going down a bad alley, which could be, not fun. How can you talk to Dr. Ply personally? You would have to go to where he is holding an event. So the next event that he will hold in person, or he will be there in person, is the Guru Purnima. If COVID regulations have been, the isolation and lockdown has been lifted, it will be in San Diego. And it's the full moon that happens in July, the first full moon in July. Well, there is only really one full moon in July. So whenever that is, this year it will be happening. I think it's usually around the 4th of July weekend, maybe in and around there. So if it is, then you can possibly speak to him in person. If you go to India for his birthday trip, which is another time that he has a live event for the public, you can go. Consider going to that. He also will, if you enroll in his miracle school, the mystery school of 2020 is called the Science of Miracles. Whoa, I am just like, how does he do this? It's like having the sundae with the whipped cream, the cherry on top. Every year there's something topping it. Now there's chocolate sprinkles. This is just amazing. And we just started. So that program, if you enroll in the premier program, then you can speak with him. Ivanti is saying, whenever I see you on video, I always see you happy. Is this due to Shreem Brzee? God bless you. Absolutely. Absolutely. And it's interesting because I'm understanding how astrology plays a part in our lives. It's the blueprint of who we are. And my star is Bharani star, and that star is associated with the goddess Lakshmi Shreem Brzee. So it's kind of like a natural way of being, and it is because of this star. But also Bharani star bears a lot of burden. And so the first half of my life, prior to meeting Dr. Ply, was intense. And I always was a happy camper, except I was like, it was a head scratcher. Like, why is this happening? Why are all these terrible things happening? Like, this doesn't seem right. And then after a while, as we all know, you just get ground down, and energy goes down and down and down. And then there's like depression of the energy. So, yeah, I think it's because Lakshmi has been always a part of my life, the goddess Lakshmi Shreem Brzee, and that's the star of who we are. Your nakshatra is your birth star. It's your guiding light. It's like your pole star. It's, you look to the sky and you see, okay, if I'm lost, I'll just look to that star. So literally I was lost. I was kind of dead at the level of the soul. Not kind of, I was just going through the motions in life. Manifesting, doing stuff, but where was the joy? Where was the happiness? It was pretty fake. It was, fake it till you make it. I felt it, but then I was like, not to the depth that I do now for no reason. So yes, I am very happy. And I'm always happy to be a part of whatever Dr. Ply assigns me to do it. I'm just like, okay, well, let's do that then. And then meeting beautiful people like you guys, it's just amazing. And we're so blessed because technology is here. So that brings a lot of joy too, because there's a lot of unjoy, or the opposite of joy, going on. And so to plug into this, I wouldn't be here without you. So thank you so much for sharing the love. It's sucharita@applycenter.com, Dikshant. I think that there should be some links to, I've asked Donna Devi to add it to this YouTube. So if you go down and you will see all the different links that you can access to Apply Center. You can go on to Power Time Practice, join Power Time Practice. It's a free service, and I host that. I've been doing that for every week, every weekend, whether it's a Saturday or a Sunday for the past 8 years, and meeting so many people who are from different walks of life and different spiritual paths and different Dr. Ply courses, Ply Center Academy courses, coming through Asheville. So people come, and that we find out what the week ahead is going to be all about. So it's kind of like a forecast of, hey, there's a power time this week, and this is what you can tap into. So you're not just doing your meditations or your chants. You have a purpose. And then there are usually specific deities or planetary influences that we come to know, and not through a theory. We experience it. So Judy Angle has posted sutri.applycenter.com. And Bhairavi, if you can also post Power Time Practice link, that would be awesome. Oh, Malini has also posted. Lots of people posted. Thank you, Chatan and Gina. So that's what it is. We've come to another top of the hour. So a couple of hours have gone by. Look at how fast it's gone by. But I'm so happy that you are engaging and wanting to find out more about Dr. Ply's teachings, and then how that impacts your life, and not just in us. I'm taking a class. We're really putting it into action. And then collectively, we're creating a consciousness that all those vibes, all those good vibes are there. And then I hope it motivates you to go and create the images, make a vision board, whether that's a physical vision board where you're downloading beautiful images and then cutting them out, putting them on a board, or you have your slideshow on your computer of the images that you want to manifest. There are some beautiful Shreem Brzee YouTube videos that have, they're put to Shreem Brzee music. It's chanting in Dr. Ply's voice. And then there's images of wealth, what that represents. Now, some of us, we may have our own personal manifestations that will resonate with. Although if you just don't even know what wealth is to you, then it's something that you can explore as well. So yeah, so do that. And then please watch that Facebook recording, the recorded video that Dr. Ply has given out in the past few days. I would say in the past week, just go on to Ply Center Facebook and even on to Ply Center YouTube, and all his latest and greatest teachings. So in the past, I would say towards the end of April into May, and he's put out some really powerful messages. And I'm not just saying to fill your mind up. It's like, whoa, the energy is so strong that he is holding, and that gets transmuted, it does get transmuted, because if it came at you, you'd be bowled over. So you're able to commune with that energy and feel it cleaning up the karma, burning away the pain that is in our body, or those energetic blocks. Or if, like, that one person was under attack, psychic attacks, it will just pull it out of you. So please do go watch that. Judy Angle has posted Ply Center homepage under free is where you can find Power Time Practice link. Awesome. So that's, hope you'll come there and find out more about how you can connect with other people. And then you'll find out what courses they're taking and what's happened to them. And that's really inspiring, instead of just listening to my fabulous life. Oh, Judy Angle has also posted GP. It stands for Guru Purnima, July 2nd, 3rd, 4th, and 5th. Oh, wow, 5 days or 4 days in San Diego, depending on COVID-19 restrictions. Okay. Shadavanan is saying, silently chant Shreem Brzee or loudly. You can do it either or. That's why we were saying, hey, if you're too tired and you just can't chant out loud, then you can be chanting internally, silently. And then you can chant out loud. Go in and out. Experiment with it. What happens when you chant it out loud is you're focusing your mind. It's more of a concentrated effort. And then as you go inside, you're like, you're in the stream of meditation. You're in the energy of it. And then you can activate it again. Especially if our mind goes wandering or we start to go out of body somewhere and we go, hey, I better chant to bring myself back. So, all right, everyone. I think we should wrap it up. And thank you again for participating in this practice that is not only going to uplift you or everyone here, is going to do something where we're going to raise the roof, let the divine come in. Through Dr. Pillai's grace and blessings, may your soul reveal to you what wealth and health and happiness looks like to you. And then keep meditating on it. Keep telling yourself, this is what I truly, truly want. And Shreem Brzee it there. So God bless you all. We'll see you tomorrow, same time. And what else to say? Namaste.